This episode is sponsored by iTunes. Go to www.cheapseatreviews.com. Click on the iTunes button, purchase anything you want, and a small portion will go to this podcast.
But not stumpig.
Stumpig? What's stumpig?
On a farm, when a pig is born small like that, it's stumpig. A runt.
So he wasn't a runt. He was a big guy? Like me?
Big guy.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 93, and today we are talking about Witness. I am Sean Orr, and joining me tonight is Corny, killed by corn, Logan.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh. As I walk through the valley where I harvest my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain.
That's right. You knew it was coming.
I actually debated changing the intro of our podcast to that song.
Yes. Oh, I wish you would have. I wish you would have.
Why not? Well, I don't have a real reason. I just didn't. But thank you.
Well, Sean didn't want to have to get medieval on that, Heine.
Oh, I am 100 times more humble than thou art. Me and the little omelets on my knees day and night, scoring points for the afterlife. Yeah, I know the words to the song. And Sam, in an entire field, and you hit the birdhouse vector.
Please hold on while I put down my hammer and my hat and bring you this podcast.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sam is doing this podcast Amish style, so it is actually tin can string tied into my system here.
No, that is way too much technology.
Oh.
I am simply screaming from my house.
You're not German anymore. I don't know what happened. You're almost Russian? Think you crossed the border somewhere?
I don't know. I'm glad that we're all celebrating Thanksgiving and this great Amish holiday for when the Amish came over and colonized America.
So is that what we're calling it?
I don't think that's what happened, but okay.
Yeah. And I think it's very appropriate that we are doing this on this day. So I commend you, Opie, for putting this together.
Oddly enough, you're like the third person that said that. That said, like, oh, you're doing Witness. How appropriate for Thanksgiving holiday. And I was like,
wait, what?
No. Okay. And they're like, well, because it's like the Amish and they farm and like they have big meals together. Like it's like the way it used to be. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't the intention. A listener requested that we do, another, in her words, hunky Harrison Ford movie. Yeah. So we picked this movie. She picked this movie. So that's why we did Witness. Once again, we are without the docile tones of Chad.
Vocal stylings.
I believe he's driving to his parents' house in Asheville. Somewhere.
Oh, okay. As long as it's a real reason.
It's a reasonable excuse.
I mean, yeah, because he just sent us the message and said, not making it tonight. Okay.
Dang it, Chad.
Yeah, you're fired. So
the message I got had little emoticon middle fingers. Nice. So I just assumed,
So without Chad and still without Catherine, I'm just gonna read the intro.
Oh,
unless
wait.
Oh,
wait. I can probably do pretty bad version if you'd like.
Well, I'm saying unless Sam wants to try his German accent.
No.
Okay.
My German only goes so far.
Yeah, I'll just read it.
I can do French. I read my daughter a French story tonight with the French accent.
I don't know how that would be relevant, other than just funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it French?
No, I'll just mute. A young Amish boy is sole witness to a murder. Murder most foul. Policeman John Book, which is a cool name, by the way. He's also
Actually,
related to Reverend or preacher Shepherd Book. Shepherd Book, yeah, they're cousins. On his mother's side, goes into hiding in the Amish country, or Amish, as they said in the movie, to protect him until the trial, which doesn't happen. Ever, for some reason. Actually, I know the reason. So this is 1985's Witness. Can I get a witness? Directed by Peter Weir. Weir.
Weir.
Such fine movies as The Truman Show and Master and Commander and Dead Poets Society. So he's got some good.
Absolutely. Well, this is very, very critically acclaimed.
Yeah, it won 2 Oscars.
Yeah,
no, it's not. It
really.
Yeah, well, I didn't win Oscars that you want, but it's still
okay. Let me guess. They won for soundtrack, right?
No, God, no.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, film editing and best writing screenplay.
Oh.
It was nominated. Oh my God, corny.
No.
Yes.
No.
It was nominated for Best Picture. Good. Best Actor in a Leading Role, Harrison Ford, which this is his only movie he's ever been nominated for an Oscar for. And that makes me kind of sad for him. I kind of thought he had an Oscar, honestly.
Yeah, for some reason I thought he had. Didn't he have one for Fugitive?
No, I thought he was nominated for Fugitive, and I also thought he was nominated for Sabrina.
Huh.
But apparently not.
So he has Leo disease.
Yeah, basically. Well, no, Leo gets nominated.
Leo,
just doesn't
he
win.
gets nominated, just doesn't win anything.
Harrison Ford. Well, I mean, I guess when you're kind of stuck doing Star Wars and Indiana Jones, you're not winning a whole lot of awards.
I'd take them.
Yeah, I think they should just give it to him for Best Supporting Actor for the new Star Wars movie. I don't care how good he is in it. They should just give it to him. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Unless he comes out kind of like the Crystal Skull Harrison Ford, where he could barely move in the action scene.
I don't blame him for that movie. I blame solely Lucas and Spielberg.
LaBeef.
LaBeef, yeah. I mean, he's doing the best he can with a whole lot of bad. Like, if you go back and watch that movie, which I don't recommend, he's not the worst part of that movie. He's got some great little one-liners, and he's not the worst part of that movie by a long shot. So
kind of like Skeletor in Master of the Universe.
Actually, that's a very great comparison.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Like Frank Langella is a good actor, and he's doing his best in an otherwise shitty film.
He's doing his best while in skeleton makeup,
right?
In a fantasy setting,
right? It's a nice side of beef in a plate of shit. It's like it's still there's still poop all over it, but that's still good beef. Makes me sad for the beef.
He called the shit poop.
Best director Peter Weir. This is other things he was nominated for: best cinematography, best art direction, set direction, and best musical score.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, this score was horrible.
It was awful.
I mean, it set a mood. I will say that.
It set,
but the mood was I'm bored.
The mood pissed me off. Now I will say this, and I did not capture it, and I should have, and I'm gonna find it real quick if I maybe can. What was this movie called? Witness.
Protection.
Protection. The only moment in the entire movie that was worth listening to. Let's see if there's. That's just so bad.
All right, so
hang in there. Here we go. This is the raising of the barn. All right. It's a little loud. Back it down a little bit. Like, this is okay. It's.
All right, so let me tell you where I've heard this before. I realize where I heard it.
Awful.
When you're a music major and you're having to compose your own little piece for your music theory class,
yeah,
they inevitably sound like this. Some chords, some random notes, a random
Yeah,
melody. You have no idea
just
what you're doing, and then you turn it in because you have 2 hours to complete the project because you procrastinated. So I'm pretty sure if I dig through all my stuff from college, I'm going to be able to reproduce this
This
entire
score.
score. This entire score.
okay. All right. All right. So the guy that composed it, Maurice Alix Jarre, he's French.
He's Amish. Oh,
No, he's
French.
French.
See, I could have done it in French.
Yeah, he died at the age of 84. So good for him. And he did a whole bunch of really good stuff.
Like what?
Well, like what you say. Well, I'll tell you.
what I
Starting
said.
from new to old, let's see. He did Sunshine.
Okay. Which again is kind of creepy and mellow.
Okay, Ghost. I don't know. I guess.
My heart will go on. No, that's not. What is that? The
Like,
sound. The big
I don't know. Prancer, Dead Poets Society,
Dead Poets.
Gorillas in the Mist.
Oh yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
So he did some good movies. I don't know if those movies are good soundtracks. No Way Out.
Maybe somebody came to him in this one and said, "Hey, we want it to be as plain as the Amish."
Enemy Mine. I mean,
But why use keyboards? Why use obviously
organ.
80s?
I don't know the answer to that. It was just, and it wasn't just the fact that it was that guy. He's done a whole bunch of stuff. Jeez, 167 credits. So he did Lawrence of Arabia, Doctor Zhivago. So he did really great films. So I can't be too mad at him. And maybe, I don't know, Sam, maybe, or whoever made the point, like maybe they were like, hey, Peter Ware was like, look, Amish are playing, so let's just go plain. And he was like, okay, I'll just do the whole thing on a synthesizer.
Or let's do plain, and you've got 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't.
This does not feel like a fully thought out score to me.
This is honestly, you know what it feels like? It feels like, hey, we need music for this. Chord and some notes, and here you go.
Yeah,
cool.
I know. Like, I don't know. I really hope that it's not something like that. I mean, we're kind of poking fun at this guy's career a little bit.
No, but we've said he had a great career.
Well,
he's got some good stuff in there. It's just this is a piece of poo.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. I mean, it's just not good. All right, I'm gonna have to do this way. 1985 Oscar nominations, because I want to know what it went up against.
Yeah.
Like
85. Well, that's right after 84. Interesting.
All right, give me a second.
Obviously.
The winners and nominees. All right, here we go. All right, real quick. What won Best Picture?
85?
Yeah.
Sam's mom, because she's so awesome.
No.
I don't know what won it.
Out of Africa.
Okay.
So Best Original Score won by John Barry for Out of Africa.
Okay.
Agnes of God, never heard of it. The Color Purple.
Silverado.
Oh yeah.
How did that didn't win Best Picture? I thought that was like
no, Best Score.
Oh, okay.
Well, Color Purple didn't win Best Picture either.
Huh.
Silverado and then Witness.
Interesting.
There must not have been a whole lot of other good movies that came out that year. Best Sound Editing, Back to the Future won. How about that? With Rambo Part 2 being nominated and Lady Hawk.
Ooh, Lady Hawk.
Oh my God.
Wasn't that a Matthew Broderick film?
Yeah, it was one of his first. Good job.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah, look at you. Harrison Ford lost that year for Best Actor to William Hurt for Kiss of the Spider Woman. I've never heard
Worst
of
comic book ever.
Right? It's a Brazilian drama film directed by Hector somebody. I've never heard of it. Oh well, that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of movies from the 80s I'd never heard of. Anyway, the point is that the soundtrack was awful. That's all I'm going to say about that. except until later on when I give my soundtrack grade. Then I'll say something bad about it again. And oddly enough, that's my first note in the movie. That was my first note. This music sucks. Hate synth brass. Hate synth brass. Ugh, blah. Oh, before I get into the show notes, I'm supposed to do the thing that we do.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, since Chad's not here, I'm all thrown off. But I should actually be used to it. We haven't had him in 6 months. Corny. Had any of us ever seen this before?
Oh, hell no.
Sam?
Yeah, I've seen it.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Shame on you, Sam.
I am a film concierge.
Oh my God! Don't say stuff like that. It makes you
wait.
It makes
concierge.
you.
Wait.
Yeah,
he said film concierge.
Yeah, you said the wrong word, which makes you sound.
No. I think he meant the right word. He waits on movies to go to him, and he just takes the movies up to someplace.
Yeah. He's the concierge. I'm a movie concierge. Okay. What a dumbass.
Sir, don't you mean connoisseur? No. I take movies. I don't watch them. I just take them.
Yeah. I take them, yeah.
Connoisseur, thank you.
Yeah, that's the word.
Connoisseur, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam, I had your back, man. I jumped right on that concierge.
Oh my God. Concierge. Good job there, Quiz Essential. Go ahead, Corny.
Never watched it before, and I knew what I was getting into when this movie started, and that music, that wonderful music started. Okay, no, in all honesty, I really thought it was going to be awful. I thought it was going to be one of the worst things I've watched since Transformers with this group, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. I mean, I still don't think it's awesome, but I think the story picked up in a very, I want to say unique. That's not the right word, but it's certainly different.
Okay, definitely, yeah. Sam.
Yeah, I'd seen this a long time ago. I don't even remember why or when or how. It might have even been for a film class that I took up at App. I thinking is when I saw it. And the film class specifically was talking about structure, and how to basically create a linear film. Beginning to end. This is obviously not a Quentin Tarantino type film. But other than, I kind of other than that class I took, I sat down to this and really tried to enjoy it with my CSR glasses on. Obviously the music is horrendous.
Yeah.
And there are some very long scenes with this music in it that is kind of torturous.
Yeah.
At least in my mind, it was torturous.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the characters. I totally expected Danny Glover to say, "I'm too old for this shit."
He barely had any lines though.
And but I tell you, those corn silos aren't no joke.
Oh,
it's you don't mess with those things.
You don't mess with corn at all.
That's right.
No,
especially when there's children inside it.
I was a little.
Oh God.
I was a little worried about Corny in this film in terms of little boys out in the cornfields and things like that.
Hadn't occurred to me till now, Sam. Appreciate it.
Now he's going to have nightmares.
And the little kind of Amish style clothing,
Although the kid in the black, for a moment, I was like, wait, what am I watching here?
But it's a good little film. It takes a while, but it really does build momentum. And I'd totally forgotten why exactly Harrison Ford was hiding out with the Amish. For some reason, I thought it was like a witness protection program from when I saw it a long time ago. But it makes more sense that the crooked cops were after him. And the birdhouse malfunction that happened on that poor car.
Yeah,
but it was kind of fun. I was confused a little bit at the end. I guess, spoiler alerts. He just kind of left.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this love story-esque type thing happening. And I felt kind of bad for the girl. She's left with Lars or whatever his name was.
The bad guy from Die Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, the bad guy from Die Hard.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Oh, yeah. Immediately, I'm like, oh, he
killed my brother.
He's gonna get killed, and then he's gonna come back and save the day.
Yeah. So it's a fun little film. It's not the best, but it's got a good story to it. How about you, Sean?
Well, first of all, that guy we're talking about, his name is Alexander Gundov. Godnov.
Good enough?
Good enough. Yeah,
Good enough.
For me.
enough. He died back in 95. That's sad.
Oh.
He died of hepatitis. Oof.
Oh, God.
He was from the USSR and defected.
Really?
He was in the ballet. I'm trying to read up more about him, but my mom, I mentioned this that we were doing this for this movie, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's got Alexander, what's his name, and he was the bad guy from Die Hard, and he defected." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of cool, Mom." So I had to read a little bit. To answer my question, as I ask, I actually realized halfway through the movie that I had seen this movie before, but only the barn raising scene. And that's probably because my mom was watching it and was like, "Hey, come watch this. They're going to raise a barn." And I was like probably 9 or 10 and thought, "Okay, that's kind of neat." And I watched the scene. So I remember seeing that
I was hoping.
barn raising montage.
Yeah, we hadn't had a montage in a movie in a while.
Haven't. Or I
That's true.
haven't played the tune in a while, maybe.
I don't know.
Either way, it's been a while. So I'd seen that moment only, so I knew basically nothing of the movie going into it. So for all intents and purposes, I've never seen any of it. And I was super pleasantly surprised with this movie. I was kind of grumbling about this one, not saying anything against you, Jen. After Kung Fu Hustle, which was so ridiculous and fun, I was kind of like in the mood for more of that, you know?
Yeah.
And I had a craving for more of that, and I'm actually really glad that this movie was as good as I didn't expect. And we've talked about that expectations, you know, like expectations can really make a difference in life, and you know, other than anything else. And I had not very high expectations because I didn't know anything about this movie. I didn't know it was nominated for Best Picture, and Harrison Ford was nominated. And maybe if I'd have known that going into it, maybe I would have had a different experience watching it. But I really enjoyed this movie. It was less love story than I thought it was going to be. I thought this movie was all love story. There's actually some cop intrigue, and there's a shootout twice.
That's my car, and that should have been shot.
You mean this thing here?
Police back in the elevator! Get in the elevator, you're the shooter, idiot!
I was rolling. She's like, "That's our car." Oh my gosh, that made me laugh.
I do like the fact that Harrison Ford's like, "Is this happening right now?"
He calls her an idiot. Like, I don't have anything else to do. I gotta deal with you. That was funny.
Did you made a write up on that? And fired fourth shot. Elevator opened. Told the couple to get back in. Lady then proceeded to tell me that her car was being shot at.
Right.
I called her an idiot and then shot her in the leg out of frustration.
Out of frustration, yeah. So I really actually had a good, maybe not a good time, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I really found myself really caring about what happened to these characters. You know, like,
well, they really made you care about the Amish.
Yeah.
You know, the Amish as a people, even with Lars there,
being kind of weird and creepy.
Yeah, but he wasn't really a douche. He just kind of.
Yeah, and I felt like there was gonna be like a love triangle thing, like he was gonna hate Harrison Ford, not because he's English, but because he was kind of
impeding on his
courtship, right? Which, damn, her husband was barely dead, and that courtship happened really quickly.
Yeah. That's how they do it. Those Amish don't play.
I guess, dude. But
no, really, they don't play.
Yeah. They have some play. They have to have some fun.
Stop horsing around, Sam.
But that didn't happen, which I actually thought was kind of cool. And I actually like the fact that though he was an outsider at the end of the movie, they all kind of came to his aid. Well, they didn't really know what was happening, so they just heard the bell. They probably thought it was dinner or something, and they just came over.
But no one heard shotguns going
lemonade.
off.
I must go to the next farm to get some lemonade.
Right. Yeah. And then they came over, and then a guy with a gun shows up, but none of them moved. You know, they were like, you know, I thought that was kind of a cool. You know, the Amish army was there to stand by.
Just no guns.
I kind of actually
not even pitchforks. They left the pitchforks behind.
Well, they didn't know what was happening. They didn't know that it was an alert situation. That's not like that bell is the danger bell. You know, it's not like it's 16th century where someone rings the bell and then the villagers come with weapons because the raiders are there. You know, it's like, oh, okay, there's a bell happening, so maybe someone needs something. I don't know. Maybe they're like you said, oh, maybe lemonade is ready. You know, so
the lemonade.
Yeah, exactly. So
apparently, you're not supposed to guzzle lemonade. That must be an Amish thing.
That was funny. He just sucked that thing dry, and she gave him like an offensive look, like, "How dare you drink that thing?"
I took that look to be the oh my.
Oh, is that what it was? Like, oh,
I thought that was a.
He sure can hold his lemonade.
Well, you know. Okay, so when I saw that, it made me think of those things where a guy drinks milk and pouring over or drinking something. It's just a lot of something, and then he does the shirt wipe, and he's like, "Thanks."
Yeah,
I'm like that happened. I was like,
"Oh, like it was like a manly kind of moment thing."
Yeah.
Maybe.
I kind of see her going, "Oh my, that was a."
I always thought when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, is she pissed that he drank all of it?" And so then later on, he took a sip and then gave it to somebody else to take a sip, and I was like, "Oh, is that what's supposed to happen?" Like he's supposed to share with her? I don't know. Whatever. He's the one working, sweating in the barn. Pour your own glass, woman.
Footloose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not to mention getting up at 4:30 in the morning to get all this work done. Them Amish are crazy.
Yeah. Well, they built a barn. My note was they built a barn in a day. It's taken 10 years to build 45, but they can build a barn in a day. We need Amish working on our roads. They're still not done with 485. Damn it. So anyway, thought that was something else that happened in the movie that made me that I was expecting but didn't, but it worked out. So Harrison Ford basically yells the guy down, right? You know, like when you have the bad guy with the gun and then they talk
at the very end.
He just yells at him, "Enough!" You know, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm kind of scared."
And did you see his face in that moment?
Oh, he was pissed.
I thought that there's a reason why he was nominated.
Yeah.
And that was a scary Harrison Ford. That was a legitimately scary Harrison Ford.
I thought they were going to do the thing where the guy with the gun standing there, and then like the guy steps in front of Harrison Ford, then the next guy, then the next guy. I thought that was what was going to happen.
The I am Spartacus moment.
I guess. If you want to get Spider-Man, you got to go through me and me and me and me and me. Like that was going to happen, right? And instead, Harrison Ford basically stared him down and said, "Stop doing what you're doing," and just walked up and just took the shotgun out of his hand. Like that was pretty awesome.
He pulled the mom. He pulled a mom. He pulled an angry mom.
He pulled an angry flip. You're right. He did an angry flip.
No, I said no.
Right?
No.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Put it down.
You have two guns, and I'm gonna come and just take them both from you. And then you're gonna kneel down at the door in some strange thing that you're doing, some prayer. As soon as I saw him on film, though, I knew he was a bad guy because he's always a bad guy in movies. He always plays a bad guy. That guy, Paul Schaefer, whatever his real name is.
Paul Schaefer, isn't he on Late Show?
Yeah.
Nope, not anymore.
Well, not anymore, but Joseph Summer. You played a bad guy he played the president in X-Men: The Last Stand.
Oh, okay.
And he played a douche McBaggins in Patch Adams. He was in The Other Guys, Corny. He played the DA.
Oh.
Let's see.
That movie contains one of my favorite animal fighting.
He was. Oh my god, that part's there. He was in Shaft as the lawyer, right?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's in.
I mean, he was there. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, he was in Batman's lawyer.
Batman.
Yeah,
Christian Bale. Racist Christian Bale.
Remember, he played Gerald Ducksworth in The Mighty Ducks. Anyway,
his last name was Ducksworth.
Have you not seen The Mighty Ducks?
I don't remember the name Ducksworth.
That's where they come from. That's what the name of the team comes from.
Really?
It's because he's the sponsor of the team. He's the lawyer that owns the law firm that Emilio Estevez works for, and
Emilio Estevez
works for. That's a psych thing. Good to him. And he needs the money, right, for the team because these kids are like got whatever, and so he sponsors the team, and so they call themselves the Ducks.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back.
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
It's fine. You were like 30 when you watched that movie the first time when it first came out back in '89. So, and that was a long time ago.
That's when I started looking, puberty hits and other things are being focused on.
Yeah.
No, that's
so
no, Sam. No.
So
no.
So the scene in the bathroom, the murder in the bathroom.
Yes.
It's funny. The director wrote in trivia that I'll read later, or I guess I won't read it since I'm going to tell you now. Wrote that this was one of the most violent scenes he had ever filmed, and but he wanted it to appear like really violent and gruesome, and in fact, he actually was wanting people to be like upset the fact that this kid, quote unquote, witnessed this horrible act, right? And I kind of laughed because that knife across the throat looks so fake and silly that I kind of giggled a little bit. But then that kid, he was very clever in the way he kind of bought himself some time and then scooted under the stalls. And of course, Danny Glover could have, just all he's got to do is look under and the first time, but he doesn't want to get his suit dirty. There's blood all over the floor. So I thought that was actually really great. I thought the sister with the mullet was ridiculous. Holy crap. So this actually kind of made me upset too. They leave the crime scene, right? Uh-huh. And they're driving in the car, and then they just go to some like bad part of Philadelphia, right? To some bar, and they leave them in the car, and they grab a guy who they think could be the bad guy, and then they just bring him out and shove him in front of the wife and kid. You would never do that. Are you kidding me? Like, how dangerous that is? What if while they were in the bar, someone was like, "Hey, a free car with a kid and a girl, girl in the back."
Not to mention, the whole thing about identifying somebody is you don't want to get them mad at, or you don't want repercussions, basically.
Right. You don't want the witness to show up until the day of the trial, when then they can't do anything. Like. I actually, that part made me kind of pissed off a little bit. I was like, I know this is the 80s and we think cops do like nothing by the law, but come on. That was ridiculous. That I could not believe that.
That's Detroit for you.
I mean, really. And then the guy says, honest mistake. And the guys are all laughing like, I don't think that's the way it would work right now.
Especially after getting slammed into the window.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't work in 2015. I thought this line was hilarious.
When can we leave this city?
I'm trying to get this over with as quick as I can, then you can go.
Good.
But Samuel's probably going to have to come back and testify. I'm sorry.
No, you're not so glad.
Glad?
Because now you have a witness.
Yeah, now I got a witness.
I just don't like my son spending all his time with a man who carries a gun and goes around whacking people.
Whacking? Whacking?
Thought that was kind of humorous. Whacking. Of course, he's a cop who's the bad guy. That's a trope. So you got there's a bunch of tropes in this movie. The dirty cop trope.
The let me tell my supervisor who turns out to be the ringleader of said dirty cops.
Egg flipping exactly. Like, I wonder if the negotiator watched this movie and went, yeah, let's just do that. Because that's kind of what happens, right? There's bad cops, and then he has to tell his boss ish, who's the ringleader. Yes. Shootout in the garage I thought was kind of terrible. Like,
how far away were they from each other?
Well, maybe 10 or 15 feet. Here's the thing. Danny Glover knew he was the cop. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knew, right?
Yeah.
Because he went to Schaefer, Harrison Ford did, and then said, "Hey, I think it's McGlover,
McDuty.
whatever his name is."
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can't remember his name, Elroy or something. I can't remember his name. And they're like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah. Who knows about this? Just you and I, okay?" So then he, of course, tells Danny Glover. So if Danny Glover his whole purpose is to kill Harrison Ford, then why give him an opportunity to like turn around? Just shoot him in the back. You're a bad guy. What do you care? You cut a guy's throat while his head was in a bag. It's not like you have honor, you know? Just shoot him in the back. Anyway. And then when he turns around, you give him an opportunity to pull his weapon. Now you did, of course, you shot him in the hip there a little bit, but
I was gonna say, Amish Solo probably shot first.
Amish Solo. He did shoot first. No, he didn't. No, McGlover shot first. I'm just gonna keep calling that. I don't know why, but whenever I see a cop with a 38 special stub nose, I just think like, you're not hitting anybody past 15 feet. Those things are so inaccurate, but whatever. That's beside the point.
I think they're such stupid looking guns.
They kind of are.
They're
just
ugly.
They look old.
And they look tiny.
Yeah. Well,
you look tiny.
No, I don't.
No, he is not stupid.
Stupid.
Is that an actual German word, Sam?
Not that I know of.
No, okay.
They use Dutch German, I think.
No. Because that whole preacher scene at the beginning, I was like, oh, Sam should translate. Because I actually turned on English subtitles on Netflix, and it did not have a translation. It just didn't do anything. So I guess we're not ever supposed to know what they were saying. Speaking of that gun, though, I actually thought it was kind of cool how he was teaching the kid kind of gun safety. You know, like
a dad would?
Well, yeah. Except that I thought he was definitely overstepping his bounds. And mainly it's because I guess I grew up in a house without guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just like ask the permission of the parent first before you do that.
Well, I see that point, and his reaction to everything was, I thought, great. She's like, my house, my rules. He said, absolutely. Here are the gun, here are the bullets, hide them from him. Like I saw that and I'm like, oh, that was actually great parenting. Good job, director. You know, like, because some movies, and this is 85, I mean, maybe this is 2015, they're going to make some kind of political statement about how guns are the root of all evil, whatever. You know, fine. That's how you believe, whatever. But I thought that was actually nice, like good of him to say, these are dangerous. And if you want to hold it, I will let you, but I'm going to take all the bullets out. So now it's just an object, right? It's not a weapon anymore.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually kind of a nice little moment. But to your point, Sam, you're right. Yeah, but I mean, like, he was trying to make a point right then. You know, like, no, can't touch it. You know. And the way and the way the kid was picking it up, I'm kind of surprised the gun didn't go off anyway. I mean, because he put his thumb in there in the trigger guard, like on the inside where the trigger is. I thought, yeesh. Maybe he's gonna accidentally fire it or something, you know. I thought this was hilarious.
Squeeze. I am squeezing. You never had your hands on a teat before? Not one this big.
What was that, Harrison? What were you squeezing?
Tits.
Okay.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I totally forgot about that.
So we've only seen Harrison Ford in 2 movies, and in both movies he talks about tits. I love it. Another movie where dancing is a sin. Did you guys see a young Viggo Mortensen?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Where?
I don't know.
He's all right when they get stopped by McJackass before Harrison Ford beats him in the face
repeatedly.
Repeatedly. He's in the back. He's actually one of the guys who says, "Let's just go."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's also there at the barn raising, and he's there at the big meal during the barn raising where they're all eating. He's like sitting right next to Harrison Ford. He's like between Harrison Ford and Blondie, and bad guy from Die Hard. Okay. Yeah. was like,
Cool.
oh look, it's young Aragorn. This
I
was
did
his
not notice
this was
that,
his
yeah.
feature film debut.
Nice.
Yeah. I saw that scene coming. So the point I was making earlier about I really cared about these characters, you know. When the partner was getting questioned, I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna kill the partner. And that's gonna
But that partner, come on, grow a spine or something. To me, he's sitting there totally silent with this weird look on his face. I don't know. I don't want to say he deserved it.
Oh,
but,
God, Sam.
But I just I wanted to slap him and say either get out of there.
What's he gonna do?
Find a way out or something. But it's just, I don't know.
That guy is his boss. He's in a place where that guy has all of the power. So if he runs, that guy's just gonna say stop him. He's a suspect or whatever, right? Like, and everyone in that precinct is gonna listen to that man because he's the boss. There's nothing he can do except just be quiet. And I felt so bad for him because there was, again, nothing that he could do. And he knew that guy was a bad guy. And then when he got the phone call about him being dead, I got genuinely upset. I was like, oh, Harrison Ford is going to wreck your house, man. I was pissed.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I guess I didn't get it that way. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm more of a small business independent guy, I guess, that I'm like, screw it, slap him in the face and run out of there.
I'm not sure what that has anything to do with the small business aspect of life.
Well, no, it's, generally entrepreneurs are independent and more self-sustaining than others.
Well, but he's a cop. I mean, he's part of a team. He's part of a family, and the family's supposed to look out for him. Like what you're saying.
Well, maybe, but I'm just sitting there. I'm wanting to. I don't know. This guy knew. Did he? Okay, let me ask you this: did he know the chief was a bad guy?
Yeah.
That he had murdered people.
Well, I don't know if he murdered him, but when Harrison's like, "Hey, Schaefer is in on it,"
yeah,
watch your back. I mean,
So, I just think at that point you would recruit. Well, you wouldn't be in that situation to begin with. I'm not going to go to work knowing my boss is dirty. I'm going to find ways to protect myself before going to work.
And maybe that's what we don't know what was happening behind the scenes. Obviously, the movie is obviously not the point of that character was for us to like him and then for him to die. Yeah. That was the point of his character, obviously. So we don't know what he's doing. We don't know how good a cop he was. I mean, who knows? For all we know, he was behind the scenes trying to collect evidence and make life easier for Harrison Ford to kind of come back. Yeah. And then the chief called him to the principal's office and then said whatever he said. And then he wound up dead by accident, whatever, shot in the line of duty. So we don't know. What we do know is that scene did make him feel like or look like a scared little boy. And he might have been, who knows? So anyway, I felt upset. I mean, that's what the movie's supposed to do, right? I'm supposed to have those emotions, where
it means you're connecting to the characters, which means the story is working.
Right. And so good job to them. And then he punches that kid in the face, and then that's how the bad guys find him. But before he punches the kid in the face, this happened.
All right.
Oh, hold on, Corny. Listen for the little bit of music. This is the other. This is your stereotypical black guy with a jam box in the '80s.
Young man. Hello. We're just here for the day. Would you mind if I took your picture? Now, just stand still, please. Fix your hat a little bit.
Lady, you take my picture with that thing, I'm going to rip your brassiere off and strangle you with it. You got that?
I love that. But the music that kind of came up and then went away, like just random black guy.
Yeah, yes.
With like a red jacket in the boombox, turns it up and then walks off camera. It's really weird.
Nice.
I was like, oh yeah, there are black people hanging out near the Amish.
I wonder if this really happens to the poor Amish people. Do you think people are rude enough to basically impede their walking around a store?
I don't think so.
In this country? Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
We are terrible people.
Well, You are in Philadelphia.
Well, I was about to say it is close to Philadelphia.
Yeah. I mean, it is Philly.
Eagles for life.
Yeah. you have a jail in your football stadium. That's all I'm gonna say.
Holding center.
There's a judge that's down there. Anyway.
Holding center.
I don't care if you call it the Freedom Return location. It's still a jail. Tropes. I got the dirty cop, the barn building montage, not necessarily barn building, but montage itself. The people that don't like the outsider trope.
Yeah. This is basically a fish out of water story.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It wrapped up in a thriller, basically.
Right. Yeah, it's like The Negotiator meets Die Hard or something. I don't know. Assholes who hate local thing. Like there's this. So you have the clique. They don't like the outside or the English, right? But then there's the outside world that views them as this weird and strange thing. There's other movies I can't think of right now, and I should have. And then the bodyguard falls on the person he's for protecting. They should make a movie about that.
No, that wasn't Harrison Ford. Who was that?
No, that was Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, him and Whitney Houston got it on with her song.
And cocaine.
Audible.com. What?
Aww.
Audible.com sponsored this. You can get... I did get an email from Audible.com letting me know, so that let you, the listener, know that the entire Harry Potter series is now on Audible. And you can get one of those audiobooks for free. Ooh. How much? Free fitty. That's how much. Free fitty. Audibletrial.com/cheapseat reviews. And you can get any one of them. I recommend all of them. But if you only could get one of them, then I actually like the Goblet of Fire. Is a pretty good one. It's also
the book, The Goblet of Fire.
It's also really long, so you're getting your freedom, like you're getting more value of the freeness because it's a really long book.
Freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Trivia. Rachel tells Shepherd Book, "You know carpentry." He replies, "A bit. Harrison Ford was a carpenter before he became a famous actor." That's true.
He actually looked fairly comfortable around in the carpentry scenes.
Yeah. I do kind of funny if you follow NCIS like I do, the TV show. I just thought it was funny that he's a cop who uses woodworking as a way of coping with things. I'm like, oh, so he's Agent Gibbs. Although he once played a heroic man with a gun, Witness was the first starring role that broke Harrison Ford away from the science fiction and fantasy genre that made him famous and gave him his first and only Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Sylvester Stallone was an early choice for the role of John Book. When he turned down the role, he said it was one of the worst decisions of his career.
And one of the best decisions of the producer to be like, yeah, you probably don't want this one.
But they offered him the role. That's the problem.
Yeah, how? Oof.
I know, right? Go ahead, Corny, with your impersonation.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, good. When shooting the murder in the men's room, Peter Weir claimed that it was the most violent scene he ever filmed. Today, he still thinks it was perhaps too violent, but he wanted to have an outrage over the violence that occurred before the eyes of an innocent Amish boy. The film was released... Corny, I only got this one just for you. This film was released in 1985. It was number 2 film at the box office behind Beverly Hills Cop.
Damn right.
Even though this film made money, a Paramount executive said that if they had known Beverly Hills Cop was going to be such a big hit, they would have not released this film so soon after it. So way to go, Beverly Hills Cop, making this movie look bad. It had a budget of $12 million and made $65 million. So
nice.
That's still pretty good. So good job, Paramount.
I swear the movie business has to be one of the most nerve-wracking businesses out there.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you either make a mint or you lose a fortune.
Yeah.
It seems like. There's very few movies that are just kind of,
Yeah, there's some, obviously, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Like Serenity didn't make a lot of money in the theater. It's made its money on DVD sales and things since then. Serenity was like $65 million and it made $75 million or $80 million. It didn't make a whole lot of money. But then you have movies like,
Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, or
I just saw that today and how badly that movie made money.
I'm trying to think of another, like Waterworld.
Yeah.
Like they lost a lot of money on Waterworld. There's a couple other not Rob Boy. What is it? Treasure Island is like one of not
Oh
Treasure
gosh,
Island.
yeah.
Treasure Island is like one of the. Is that it? I can't remember. That's like Cutthroat Island. That's what it is. That's like considered like one of the worst ever when you count like percentages. Like it cost like $50 million to make and only made like 6 or something like that. Like it's
nobody was interested.
Yeah. My favorite one is, what's the one with the talking animals? Daniel Craig is in it. The Golden Compass.
Oh yeah.
The Golden Compass was like a $200 million movie and it made like $70 million.
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
I'm glad we forgave him, let him do Bond.
Yeah. Well, I think he actually did the first Bond movie and then he did that movie. I think that's how that worked.
I think we kept letting him do Bond after that one.
Yeah. Well, there's another really good one that Disney did. What was the one when he goes to Mars to fight? John Carter?
Actually, believe it or not, they've made their money back on that.
Really?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
How?
Look it up.
I am looking it up. I forgot Taylor Kitsch was in that.
What was the name of it? John Carter?
Yeah. It had a budget of $263 million. It grossed 70.
Mm-hmm.
It lost $200 million.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere where it made money back. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere.
$200 million?
Yeah.
Unless Netflix bought it for $100 million and Hulu bought it for $100 million? No. No, it lost money on that. It's Disney. They can absorb that. Who cares?
Especially Marvel.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, right. Because that movie came out in 2012. Tomorrowland. Yeah, Tomorrowland didn't make a whole lot of money either. Though I really actually kind of liked that movie, but I think it's because I just am in love with Brad Bird.
Which one?
Tomorrowland, the George Clooney thing.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's all right. It had almost a $200 million movie budget and made almost $100 million. So they lost $100 million. But then, Avengers 2 comes out and makes $500 million, and they're like, we're good.
Okay, here you go. Box Office Mojo reports that John Carter has grossed $254.5 million, a $4.5 million over its budget.
What? Where are you reading that? I mean, I know you just
from
said
Forbes magazine, which is a pretty good.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Worldwide,
most of this coin has come from overseas.
Yeah, worldwide, you're right. It made $284 million worldwide. Okay, so that's actually
where I got that from. So I knew I saw it somewhere because I kind of liked that movie. To tell you the truth,
I hadn't seen it. I do want to watch it. If it's ever on Netflix, we will watch it for this movie or for this podcast.
Absolutely.
Because it looks like something right up our alley.
Yep.
Ain't nothing going up my alley.
Ooh. Soundtrack grade. I gave this an ES for 80 cents.
It's worse than that.
Well, that's what it was. I mean, I guess I could also ESS 80 cent shit. What did we learn? Well, I learned that if you need to hide from bad cops, go to Amish country because they will never find you.
But they'll put you to work.
Oh, so last clip I have. Corny mentioned this right before we started recording. James Earl Jones's father is in this movie.
What?
You want me to prove it? I'll prove it right here.
How you doing, Pop? You found the body?
Not me, Daddy. I just reported it. It was the kid.
What kid?
I know what kid it was. It was the kid in the funny black threads over there.
Thanks, Pop.
Did that not sound like him?
Yeah, a little bit.
If I told you that was James Earl Jones, you would have believed me, right? If I said, hey, James Earl Jones in this movie, and you listen to that, you go, oh, I guess I missed him somehow. That's his father. He's the guy who points out where the kid is. That's pretty cool, right?
Interesting.
I think that's pretty cool.
And speaking of interesting things,
okay,
a little bit of gratuitous nudity.
Oh my God, yeah, boobies. Where did that come from?
And I gotta be honest with you, I would like the movie better if that wasn't there.
I'm actually kind of with you. It completely threw me for a loop. I did not expect that at all either.
This movie is a good date movie. I'll put it this way: it would have been a good date movie till that moment happened.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, what are you bringing me here for? I'm not that kind of girl.
Well, the other thing that threw me off was the F-bombs. Harrison Ford kept
Yeah.
dropping F-bombs. I'm like, it felt wrong. I don't know. Like, he's in bed. He's like, I'm going to effing kill you. I'm going to effing whatever. And I'm like, this feels wrong. I don't know. It feels like, well, we're going to make it R because we're going to show our boobies later so we can throw in some F words if you want to. You know, it just didn't seem natural. But yeah, when she turned around and boom, there they were, I was like, oh, I didn't expect that coming. So, but you know, hey, thank you, Katie McGillis, for showing us your boobs, I guess. That's it, right? So
Maverick does not approve.
Oh, well.
No.
Because
I think he does approve.
He probably did approve. He's too busy though picturing her like a man.
Oh wow! Shots fired.
I always make that joke because it pisses people off that really like Top Gun. Yeah. Oh yeah, Top Gun. Tom Cruise's character is gay. What? No, he's not. He's the typical American jock. Like, no, man, he didn't start having sex with her until she looked like a dude. Just saying. He got all hot and sweaty playing volleyball with dudes in jeans. Went to her house, didn't have sex with her, left, and then had sex with her after she was dressed like a dude. Just saying. That pisses people off so much. I love saying that.
I love it.
It's not true. That's Tom Cruise.
It can't be true.
It can't be true. Think of the children. Top 3. We decided to do Harrison Ford movies. What else?
I can't believe we haven't done this in the 90-something movies we've done.
Well, this is only the second Harrison Ford movie we've done. And believe me, one of my movies is on this list. If this movie were streaming, we would be watching it. Maybe not next week, but we would be watching it soon. Because I really love this movie, and we'll talk about it in just a second. So, Corny. Your top 3.
My top 3? All right, we're going to go with my number 3 with...
And you have to be specific. You can't just say Star Wars and mean like all of the ones that he's in. You have to be specific.
All right, my number 3, The Fugitive.
All right. Okay. Just, hey, trivia about that movie. When he says, I didn't kill my wife, Tommy Lee Jones says, I don't care, ad-libbed. Anyway.
Yeah. Which is a perfect ad.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
All right. My number 2. Where is that? My list shut down.
Oh no.
Stupid computer.
Yeah, boy. Insert PC joke here.
Well, I will say this, out of all the issues we've had, mine is certainly the last computer to have one in the in our list of things. Sorry. What Lies Beneath? With Michelle Pfeiffer.
Really? I hated that movie.
I kind of like that movie. And then my number 1's gonna be Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, and also Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Oh, so you did a list of 4.
Well, no, my number 1 I'll just do a tie, just because I like them both equally.
So you did a list of 4.
No, they're both number 1.
You're fired. What? Well, okay, so Temple of Doom, you like that one over the other 2. Interesting. Okay. Kalima. That movie is the reason why we have the PG-13 rating. Good job.
It is. By the way, I did Kalima to a coworker the other day. He laughed.
Good. As long as they laugh and they get it. A friend of mine on Twitter, I posted on Twitter today that I said, getting ready to get my podcast on, can I get a witness? And his response is, crap, what's that song that they dance to?
Nay?
The Nay Nay? Did you just say that? I'm surprised you even know what that means.
This is a horse. They're Amish. They would do the Nay Nay.
I think, Corny, you're going to have to explain to Sam what that means. I think he's saying it wrong.
No. He's saying it right.
I don't think he knows what it means is the problem. He said, yes, but I'm not going to sing You're Some Kind of Wonderful, which I appreciated immensely. So, there you go. What was I going to say? I don't remember. Sam?
All right, my number 3 has got to be I put, what did I put here? Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And specifically the 19th minute, 32 second of that movie. Opie wanted to be as specific as possible. I just want to say that in that 19th minute, I do appreciate the performance by Harrison Ford.
He's not in the movie at that time. I'm just saying.
And
the 19th minute of Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
He's probably not in it. Yeah, he's probably that's probably like Luke training in Dagobah or something.
You'll have to see.
Oh my god.
And then I've got not Witness. The Fugitive. The Fugitive at number 2.
Same movie.
Right. And I especially like his stunt double as he plummets off of the dam into the water. I think his stunt double really did him justice.
You mean the mannequin?
Especially after it careened off the concrete side of the dam before it hit the water. Yeah, did well. But number 1 has to be an Indiana Jones, and specifically The Last Crusade with his father.
Yes, I had a great time with him.
Yeah, you can't have Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford, and I am fearful for the day when they try, because it's going to happen.
Well, they're making another one already, so
yeah. Hopefully, LaBeef will be the.
He's not going to be in that movie. Stop it. There is no reason why he should be in that. They should erase that, because at one point that was the rumor. Yeah, Indiana Jones 5. It's just been announced. There's Spielberg's directing. They've got nothing else on it. Like, in fact, Harrison Ford is only labeled as rumored. Anyway, you stop it with that noise. Well, since you said Indiana Jones 3, which would have been mine, I'm gonna flip that out for Blade Runner. Is my number 3. Okay. Star Wars: A New Hope would be my number 2. I just like the cockiness and his arrogance and stuff like that he portrays in that movie. And my number 1, by far, without a doubt, Air Force One. I love that movie. I would vote for him as president. Absolutely. I think he's great. He's got that great one-liner, "Get off my plane," and kills Gary Oldman. So,
not Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Right in the face. So, yeah, Air Force One. Big fan. Like I said, if it was streaming, we would watch it soon. Not tomorrow.
With a special escape pod.
Yeah, that no one used. That's it, right? I can't do multiple things. Sorry, I'm trying to I'm actually on Netflix.
Email?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get on Netflix just to see real quick if it's streaming. Yeah, we do have an email. Hooray! Yeah.
We need Chad's soundboard with the crowd sound.
It's funny you mentioned that, Sam. Our email comes from AOL Jeff.
Yay!
This is labeled the best podcast yet. Right?
Oh my!
Congrats, guys! Kung Fu Hustle was the best podcast yet. The idea of extra canned applause and checking the Family Feud survey was freaking hilarious. I know you did an entire month of Halloween movies. Has there been any discussion of Christmas movies? If so, I would like to suggest Nativity 2: Danger in the Manger. Oh my god! That sounds awful. Corny, you're on it. I want
that to happen.
I hope all of you were able to slow down a little bit over Thanksgiving holiday and actually watch a movie with your families just for enjoyment. As always, keep up the great work, AOL Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, AOL Jeff.
Yeah. I love the fact now that he's accepted the fact that that's his name, because that's how he signs his emails as AOL Jeff. So that makes me happy.
Perfect.
Danger in the Manger. My God, that sounds hilarious.
It sounds wonderful. In a world.
Oh my God, there's 3 of them.
Jesus comes back as a ninja.
It's so weird. Yeah. All right. So this is what it is. Nativity 2, Danger in the Manger. A worried new teacher has to juggle a pregnant wife and a class of children on a road trip to the National Song for Christmas competition.
Oh, this sounds magical.
It's
Please.
got a
Please,
5.5 on IMDb.
Oh, that's right in our wheelhouse.
Oh, David Tennant is the dude. Doctor Who himself.
Wait. Which? Oh, because there's a David Tennant.
David Tennant, yeah. He was the bad guy in Harry Potter 4, and he was Doctor Who.
He's the very bad guy in Jessica Jones.
Yeah. That guy. And no one else I recognize. Okay, well, maybe. We'll see.
We're a little scared.
I'm not.
No.
If it destroys that terrible holiday, then I'm all in.
Stop it. Be nice. Yeah, that's gonna do it for us. I need to stop looking on Netflix. I just need to read my script and be done with it.
Yes.
Out of 10, guys, go.
All right. I'm gonna give it.
You get it, all right.
I'm gonna get it. Oh, this is tough. I'm probably gonna give it a 5.5. Give me back my wife out of 10.
Okay.
Oh.
Sam.
I'm going to give it a solid 7. And really, the only thing that made this bad for me was that first of all, the dang soundtrack, and secondly, it did get slow in parts. There was parts where I was like, when is this thing going to end? So, solid 7. I think is a good place to put it.
Okay. I'll probably give it a. I'm gonna say 6.5. I had a pretty good time with it. I thought it was a really good movie. I liked Harrison Ford. The bad soundtrack, I think, kind of what dropped it down a couple points. The bad cop work kind of dropped it down a couple points. So 6.5. That's a pretty good number. That's it. What are we doing next week?
Woo!
Probably watching the movie.
Well, I hope so. Because that's our job.
By the way, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and by the time they hear this, that you've gotten over the tryptophan.
Right, that is correct. By the time
if you have leftovers, I'd like them.
Right, mail them to Corny.
No. Just tell me where you live. I'll come by.
Ooh, no, that's
easier.
Oh, that's kind of really creepy.
But
sure, yeah.
What is happening? Well, unfortunately for AOL Jeff, we had not really talked about.
You.
What?
You bastard.
What? Are you seeing what I'm doing right now?
Yes, I am.
Well, there's a reason why.
Uh-oh.
We were supposed to do Expendables 3 next week, but Harrison Ford is in Expendables 3, and I didn't want to do another Harrison Ford movie right after that.
What's wrong with that?
Sly? What are you doing?
I'm not doing that. It's
right. I don't know.
It's like Samuel is attacking.
Yeah, well, this is happening here. So instead, we're gonna do is a movie called Wing Commander. Instead, and
it's been so long since I've seen this movie, I've totally forgotten it.
Yeah, I remember very little about it too. I only remember that Freddie Prinze Jr. and the guy that played Shaggy, who has to be in every movie that Freddie Prinze Jr. is in for some reason. It's like they're contractually obligated to be in each of those movies. They're like the not very good version of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Or James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Or Mel Gibson and Joe Pesci.
What?
Right.
Other than Lethal Weapon 2 and 3, what else have they been in together?
Oh, nothing. We just hadn't said Joe Pesci this entire episode.
Yeah, we had to get it in there somehow.
I was like, what? Wait a minute. No, that's not one. So right now we don't really have any Christmas movies on the slate. If you guys want
We're
us
on
to,
the sleigh.
if you guys email in any that you want us to do so the moment you listen to this episode, and email in, and we can certainly make additions to the list as we need to. Because right now they're all kind of cheesy action flicks coming up. Well, Nightcrawler I don't think is a cheesy action flick, and I have no idea what A Simple Plan is.
Oh, you've never seen A Simple Plan?
No.
Oh, okay.
Weren't they a band in the 90s?
They were a band in the 90s, and I liked their music a lot.
This is not a band.
I know that. Simple Plan, 1998.
Billy Bob, right?
Directed by Sam Raimi.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I am too. Bill Paxton, Bridget Fonda, Billy Bob Thornton, Brent Briscoe. When three blue-collar acquaintances come across millions of dollars in lost cash, they make a plan to keep their find from the authorities, but find complications and mistrust weaving its way into their plan. All right. Yeah.
Apparently, it's not that simple.
I've never heard of it.
It's good. It's pretty good.
People who like this also liked Sling Blade and Darkman.
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
What about Nightman?
I've never seen Nightman. I don't think that's a thing. I've actually never seen Sling Blade.
Dayman.
It's on my list. What was that? Were you singing? Were you singing Flash Gordon by yourself?
No. If you've ever watched "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,"
no.
There's a
Nightman.
Yes.
Yes.
It's awesome.
You should watch it.
Cool people watch it. You know.
Oh, is that what it is?
I haven't seen it yet.
That's actually pretty accurate. I am not cool at all. I am a dork. The dorkiest.
Speaking of, Jessica Jones is pretty good.
I have been told that and want to watch it.
You should
watch
it.
I started the Amazon The Man in the High Castle.
Mm-hmm.
And I desperately now want to get Prime so I can finish it off.
Okay. Well.
Now that's a selling point.
Right. There you go. That's it. Cool. That's all I have.
Okay.
So next week, Wing Commander. Go watch it. With
Command your wings and fly away.
Isn't it based on a video game or something? I can't remember. We'll find out next week. Stay tuned. In the meantime, holy gosh! Sorry, I just got scared because a flying thing just came flying. A bug just flew at me. Jeez, it scared me. Landed on the computer. I'm like, the words are flying off the screen. Oh my gosh! Ooh.
Oh,
this is
M is for moth.
Oh my god.
ABCs of Death.
Oh, right? Was that? No, it wasn't a thing. No, it wasn't a moth. It was
Mothra.
It was like one of those like big mosquito things. Yeah, sorry. Just live action murder on air because I killed it. Sorry. Well.
Oh great! Now Pete is going to come after us.
Everywhere.
Yeah, cried out in silence. Whatever. Leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. Visit our website cheapseatreviews.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. You may follow us on Twitter @cheapseatcast. I am at Sean J. Allred, at Saniji16, assuming Sam has activated his Twitter account, at Johnny Darko 16, at Maestro_Evans is Chad. Please.
And he would say he never checked it.
Yes. Please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. That's going to do it, I think, for us. This is Sean. I'm for Sean. This for Sean saying for corny. Jeez. How many times have I done this? On behalf
only 93 times.
Of Corny and Chad, we miss you, Chad. Sam, happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you next time.
Gobble, gobble, mother lover.